The saying, "there are two sides of a coin," best fit the events of the day, with coalition of civil societies and media executives for good governance in Nigeria, COGMEG, where about 350 CSOs, NGOs, human rights activists, bloggers under this umbrella passed vote of confidence, contrary to another set of group that last week regarded the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration a failure. As a matter of fact, COGMEX says study has shown the other group were aggrieved not for progressive reasons, but because they couldn't blackmail the presidency to elicit funds their way. They resort to this cheap propaganda. COGMEG used the event to advise Nigerians against fake news, inciting statements, and focus efforts to objective criticism, support to the government, and patience in judging an administration that met colossal rot in the system, but doing its best to redirect the state to the path of progress.
As champions and propagators of good governance and accountability in Nigeria, having seen and read the state press statement, we have come to the conclusion that it's the handwork of fifth columnists, rabble-rousers, traducers, agent provocateurs, who, with their divisive tendencies, are from enemies of the Nigeria and their foreign collaborators, aim at breaking down the present government at all costs, not minding whose ops is God. Due to the foregoing, we are compelled to issue and state as follows. 1. That the security situation across sub-Saharan Africa is a fallout of the disintegration of the Libyan state with attendant proliferation of small arms across the sub-Saharan Africa. As such, Africans are indeed, well-meaning Nigerians, are abreast of the concerted efforts by the present administration to curtail the excesses of this criminal element and Boko Haram ISWAP insurgents. It is a known fact that the government of President Muhammadu Buhari inherited a ramshackle military with obsolete equipment and low morale from the armed forces. But today, the armed forces can boast of the state-of-the-art equipment, armory, and one of the best standing forces in Africa. The present administration of Muhammadu Buhari has sacrificed both men and equipment to keep Nigerians safe, secured, and united, in spite of all these subterranean forces masquerading as foreign NGOs with local collaborators, abetting and inciting divisiveness, hate speech, and ethnic bias amongst the populace, so as to give the dog a bad name in order to hang it. We want to let Nigerians know that security is on the concurrent list of the Nigerian Constitution, and as such, everyone's business and should not be left to government alone. Therefore, these CSOs that are supposed to be partners in progress with government has remained passive and aloof to these security challenges, allowing themselves to be used as pawns against the hard-working administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. In view of the foregoing, we call on all well-meaning Nigerians and the international community to jettison, disregard these innuendos orchestrated by vile elements who have sworn for their self-inordinate ambition and measured porridge. These co-travelers of CSOs, NGOs, and groups, masquerading themselves as conscious of the nation, have been whining and dining with this same present administration since they took over the mantle of leadership in 2015. Now, our findings have revealed that instead of offering positive and constructive advice, the group prefers rather to go cap in hand, soliciting and arm-twisting the present administration to hearken to their outrageous demands, failure to which they now cajole and blackmail the present administration in order to achieve their selfish agenda. Through deft economic management, prudent management of scarce resources, exited the recession to the applause of the World Bank and other financial world bodies. That is a pat on the back of the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. A case in point is the support and diplomacy given to Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala to emerge as the first African woman to occupy the exalted office of the World Trade Organization, WTO, which has drawn global applause and acclaim to the good works of President Muhammadu Buhari. We therefore, after critical evaluation and analysis of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in all its ramifications, now pass a vote of confidence on the present administration for being alive to the primary responsibilities of safeguarding lives and properties across the nation. Most Nigerian youth are now gainfully employed across the length and breadth of the country through the agricultural value chain. Many, especially women, have been empowered through the Empower conditional cash transfers CCT, and a whole lot of successful social safety nets and initiatives which have lifted and propelled millions of Nigerians from poverty to prosperity. For example, the CBN has been giving cash loans and investments to the youth across the country, while the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs has also done so much to alleviate the poverty and challenges of the women across the country. We can also recall that one of the main policy thrusts of the Buhari administration is the security of lives and property and the safeguarding protection of the territorial integrity of our nation. As such, due to the yearnings of Nigerians, the president rejigged the security architecture by appointing new service chiefs to carry the baiting of decimating insurgents and safeguarding our nation.
Zainab Ahmed, Voice TV.